Magnus Carlsen crushes Viswanathan Anand in 10 moves. Yes, that's true. Well, Magnus Carlsen is playing as white and Viswanathan Anand as black. Well, Magnus Carlsen plays knight f3. Black plays d5 and then white comes with b3. His main plan was to develop the bishop and attack towards the king side that you can observe. Over here, Viswanathan Anand has a big tactic in attacking the center with c5, opening up the queen diagonal. Now with c5 he wants to control this center that you can observe. Over here, white goes with e4. Now Magnus Carlsen wanted black to capture the pawn and Viswanathan Anand captures it. Over here, knight goes to e5 was a tactic by Magnus Carlsen. Yes, that's true. It was a very nice tactic against black. And Viswanathan Anand goes with queen to d4. His main plan was to attack the knight and the rook, both at the same time. Now, Magnus Carlsen over here, you might be observing how Magnus Carlsen just gave up the knight like that and gave up the rook. He is going to give up this rook. How is it possible? Well, if you think like Magnus Carlsen played such a brilliant move which take me 10 minutes to realize that yes, that was a brilliant move. Bishop to b2. Yes, it is a brilliant move. Where if queen captures the bishop, he's gone. And that was something that happened in the game. Viswanathan Anand captures the bishop. Ultimately, knight came to c3. Now you can observe that black's queen is almost trapped in this box. So what's the way? The queen can go to a3 and secure itself. Well, that's something that you may observe. Over here, there were a lot of plans that black can try to defend his game. Okay, so we begin with knight to f6. Now, if with knight f6, Magnus Carlsen's plan was that he could easily take the knight c4 attack towards the queen. Ultimately, he can play bishop g4. Now, Viswanathan Anand can try bishop g4. His main plan would be attacking towards the queen. If you try bishop e2, then easily black will capture it and then white cannot capture from the knight. Otherwise, the queen can go. Okay, so white cannot capture like this. White cannot capture from the queen because the rook is gone. King has to capture the bishop. Ultimately, queen will take the rook and Magnus Carlsen would easily win the queen. Ultimately, it would be very easy for Magnus Carlsen to win. Let's go back. Bishop e2 was something possible. Now, something more strange is possible. If your opponent goes with f3 and black continues with taking the pawn. That's a mistake. Why? Because we'll capture it and then you can shock your opponent with the brilliant bishop sacrifice. Now, this sacrifice attacking the rook, the queen. This means if you try to play the queen anywhere, then he can take, give a check. Ultimately, he can win the rook in the next move. And that was something, a very nice tactic that Viswanathan Anand could use against Magnus Carlsen. Over here, the best move would be Magnus Carlsen could take it and then he would have given the rook. Where you can observe that you can play king f2 and the bishop can come out, the rook has to attack the queen. So this means that queen is still trapped. But still, it would be very easy for Magnus Carlsen to win. Now, let's go back. This was something that could have happened in the game. Now, what happened in the game? So, over here, knight queen comes to a3 was the response by black, where Viswanathan Anand was having a plan to just make an escape route like this. Now, white is not such a dumb because he is Magnus Carlsen. He goes with bishop b5 check. Bishop comes to d7. Now, knight comes to c4. Well, Viswanathan Anand continues with queen b4. What was his plan? Obviously, he wanted to secure his pieces. Okay, something more important that I have to discuss. You can observe knight is controlling this knight is controlling this knight is defending the bishop. This means it only requires one move and that is a3 in attacking the queen, right? Now this is a blunder. Why it is a blunder? Let me tell you why. Because he can sacrifice the queen. Well, if you take it, then Viswanathan Anand can capture it. And yes, Viswanathan Anand would have a lot of pieces against this queen. And it would be easy for Viswanathan Anand to handle this game. Even as per computer analysis, it gave 1.8% more chances to black so that he could win. Let's go back. Over here, a3 should not be possible. But Magnus Carlsen is not such a dumb. He'll not play a3. What will he go? He'll go with bishop take on it. Knight taken, and then comes a3. Now the queen is completely trapped, and this was the game where Magnus Carlsen defeats Viswanathan Anand in just 10 moves. Okay, so guys, if you enjoyed this video, then do like the video and thanks for watching.